guys, MFC Studios here, and I have my 5 figures from Spider-Man Far From Home. We got Spider-Man, MJ, Nick Fury, Mysterio, and the Shield Spider-Man suit. And oh my gosh, I'm so freaking proud of these figures. So let's get into this review right now. Alright, so the first figure is Spider-Man, and oh my gosh, I am so proud of this figure. This figure is all painted, no printing, no decals, nothing like that. And I think this is one of my best painted figures that I've ever done. I'm like really proud of this one. Like seriously, the side, I did the sides, I did everything, and it's just insane, and I love it so much. So yeah, let's get into this review right now. So first thing I did was I painted the red shoes. So yeah, I painted on all 4 sides, and yeah, so then in the black, the tips at the bottom, I painted that black, and then the bottom here, just painted that black. And then I added this gray line that goes the sides to the back, and then actually also goes inside, like so. And then all the webbing, all the red lines for the webbing, I painted, and it goes on all 4 sides. So yeah, and then there's 2 gray lines on the legs there for detail. And then the torso, I painted this all right here red, and then after that I painted the gray on here, those gray lines right there. And then all the webbing, I painted that dark red. And then the spider symbol, I painted the black right here, and then I outlined it with white. And then the legs, I painted white. And the red also goes on top here. And then the webbing also goes up there, it continues, and goes to the back here. And yeah, so the red, and then the webbing, and then the gray line right here. And then the spider right here, I painted that white. And then the legs, I painted white. And then the red right here, and then the 2 gray lines. And then the red does go on the side right here, and then there's 2 gray lines right there. Same on the other side, so red and then the 2 gray lines. And to the arms, the shoulders, I painted red, and then I outlined it with a gray, a dark gray. And then the webbing, I just added the dark red webbing on both sides, and then I painted this part red, and then I added a dark gray line through it. Same on the side, the red and the dark gray. And then the tips, I painted red, and then I painted a dark red line right there and there. And then if I move this, I painted right here, the inside right here red, and then I added a black dot for the web shooters. And so the same on both sides. So yeah, just more detail, and then the red inside the fingers as well. So then yeah, so that's it for the entire body. The head, I painted it all red, and then I painted the eyes white. Actually, no, I painted the black first and then the white, and then all the webbing I painted by hand, and it goes throughout the entire head. So yeah, and I'm really proud of this figure. I've said that already, but I just am. And he has an attachment, so taking off his head from the movie, he gets battle damage, and so I add this head, and I really think I captured the likeness of the character from the battle damage. So because his nose was bleeding, see if I can get that to focus. So yeah, there's just like a bunch of dirt on his face, blood, and then there's some like blood on like where his nose would be, and then the lip. And yeah, so that's the thing I added to Spider-Man, the cool battle damage face, and I think that just captures the character really well. So yeah, I just like to add attachments to my figures because it makes it more realistic. So yeah, let's go to the next minifigure. Alright, so the next figure is Mysterio, and oh my gosh, this figure, I went just all out on this figure, and I just love how he came out. I'm serious, no joke. He is probably one of my favorite figures, because I just went all out, and I went all out on the detail, and I just love it. So yeah, let's get into this review. So I just gave him these studs for his powers, but yeah, to the figure, there's a lot to go through on this figure. So let's start off with the legs. All right, so the leg I painted gold, and then I added green stuff. I molded green stuff for the knee pads, painted that gold, and then I outlined it with black, and then that black right there, and then the blue, the 4 blue dots right there, and then the black here, and then I added a black line right there and there. The sides here I painted the black, and then 2 black lines right there, and then the blue dot, and then the gold right here. This is the gold line that goes to the sides, to the back here, and then the gold right here that goes to the back. And oh crap, I forgot to add that. I scratched it off. Yeah, it's fine. I'll fix it later. Stuff sometimes comes off, but yeah, that there's supposed to be a line just like on this side to the back here, but yeah. But continuing, so there's yeah, the black right here, the curve, and then 2 black lines, the blue, and then the gold that goes over to the back here. I did nothing on the back of the torso because I just think it just wasn't needed, because the cape is, you know, covering it. So yeah, kind of my lazy way out, but whatever. So yeah, then I added the blue dots right there. I molded all of this on the torso, and I painted that gold, and I had those black lines, and that black line, that black line, and that black circle. That's the black circle, and then the 2 black dots right there, and then the blue right here, that line and that curved line right there, and then the dots I painted right there, and I glued this piece here, painted that gold, and then I just outlined it with black, and then I outlined this with the hand, and then I molded this part, the shoulder pad, and I painted that green, and then I painted these 2 gold lines right there, and I painted some green on the arm there. And then same on the side, I glued this piece right here, painted that gold, and then outlined it with black, and then I outlined this, and then the 4 blue dots there, and it goes to the back as well, the 2 blue dots that go up and down. So there's 4 on the arms. And then this piece is from a Ninjago, one of the Ninjago masks, Lego Ninjago, the movie masks, and I just cut it down, trimmed it, and I molded this piece here, and painted gold, and then I added the 2 black lines, and then the blue dots. And then to the helmet, I'm like really liking the helmet, because what I did was how I just smeared a bunch of blue on that chrome head that came in the set, and so I just smeared a bunch of paint, and it really looks good when you put this on. It just looks like it, and I love it so much. So yeah, and then I also painted this side, so the gold paint right there. So yeah, so that's it for Mysterio. Actually, wait, on the cape. Yeah, the cape had stuff on his cape. I just really didn't know what to do, so I just added some gold, you know, like for the lights and stuff. I added that, and I just put some black on there, because that's what it looked like to me. So I just added that. Not really a lot of detail on the cape. I'm sorry, but I don't really care. You know, I was in a rush, but you know, I was mostly focusing on everything else that was on this figure, not the cape. So I just did that just cause. But yeah, so that's it for Mysterio, and he has an attachment as well. He has a, you know, his face, so I'm gonna add that right now. And I really think that this face captures the character. It was the Captain America face from the Infinity War set, and I just painted up the beard because it had some stuff on it. But yeah, I really think this face captures him really well, and I just added you know, Peter's hair. So yeah, and then just added you know, there's a smirk, and I really think that this looks like him. I mean, what do you guys think? You guys think there's a better face instead of this one? Because I really think this one works. I don't really think the smirk one works. I just think that this face right here, just that works. Yeah, so that's it for Mysterio. So let's move on to the next minifigure. Alright, so the next minifigure is the Shield outfit, and oh my gosh, I'm actually really proud of this figure, because I just did stuff that like I never thought of doing. But yeah, just definitely a different thing for me for this figure. But yeah, so start off with the legs. So I painted the gray here, and it goes to the back. So yeah, just painted all this on the legs. So that line right here that goes to the back, and then this line right here that goes to the back, and then this curved line, and then it goes straight line, same on both sides. So the same. And the knee pads are made out of green stuff, and I painted that gray, and I added the gray right there, and the lines right there, painted that gray. And then there's 2 gray lines right there, and I glued this piece right here, and I painted the tips black. And then the torso is made out of green stuff, and I painted that gray, and then I added the detail. I painted that all black right there. And then this is made out of green stuff, and this part's painted chrome silver for the zipper. And then here, the shoulder pads made out of green stuff, and I painted that gray. And then painted this gray, and then the 2 black lines right there. And the same with this side, the gray and the 2 black lines, and then green stuff, and I painted that gray. And the tips, painted that the flesh color, and to the back here, more green stuff, and then I just painted that black line, this black curve, both of them, and then the gray. This is made of green stuff, and I painted that gray. The same on this part. This part is made of green stuff, and I painted that gray. And then painted these 4 gray ovals for the belt. And I painted a little bit on the sides, just there, and yeah, same on that side. So yeah, to the head. So I found this fabric, and I just glued it around the head, and like it works, like, because that's what it literally looks like in the movie. So I just did that. I molded the eyes with green stuff, and I molded the entire like just mask or eye part with green stuff, and I painted that gray, and then I just painted the eyes white. And then this piece right here is I just it was like from a backpack or something, and I just like chopped it down and stuff, and I added that. And yeah, so it just completes the character. And yeah, he just has an average size figure, you know. So yeah, love this figure, came out really well. And took off the head, you can see what he looks like with, you know, the battle damaged face. But I mean, it's not accurate to the movie, but I mean, it looks like Peter though. So yeah, I mean, there you go. So that's what it looks like with Peter's face. So yeah, so that's it for the Shield Spider-Man suit. So let's move on to the next minifigure. Alright, so the next figure is MJ. So this figure, I really didn't do a lot on this figure, but I don't care. I just did the best I could. So for the weapon, I just molded the circle part out of green stuff, and then these little pieces are just made out of toothpicks, and I just glued that on there, and I painted that all gray. So yeah, that's just for the weapon from the movie, and yeah, I think I did a good job. So yeah, that's it for the weapon that she has. To the figure, so I painted her shoes white up front and to the back here, and it goes to the sides, and I painted the bottoms, and then the gray line to outline the shoes goes to the back and the sides, and then painted the insides as well, as you can see. So yeah, and then just the tips here, I continued the jacket, painted that gray, and it goes to the back, to the sides, into the back. And then this made out of green stuff, the hood, and I painted that gray. And then this is painted white right there and there, and then this is all painted white. And yeah, and then the hairpiece is from the Star Wars Battlefront girl character. Yeah, that piece, the hairpiece, I just molded this piece here, and this right here, and then this here I molded in that little strand right there. So then I painted that all brown, and I painted the eyebrows brown. And yeah, I really think that looks like MJ. Hope you guys think it looks like her too. So yeah, so that's it for MJ. But also she has a different facial expression. So there you go, the confused, like, what the heck. But yeah, I like this expression better because it looks more like her, not the other one. But yeah, so that's it for MJ. And yeah, so don't piss her off, because she might freaking whack you with her giant weapon. Let's go to the last minifigure. Alright, the last minifigure, Nick Fury. Or should I say, that ugly green guy, the Skrull. Yeah, it wasn't even Nick Fury, it was a freaking Skrull. I mean, I shouldn't even be reviewing this guy. I should freaking put like a freaking, take off the head and give him a freaking, freaking green face, you know? He's a Skrull. He ain't no freaking Nick Fury. I'm sorry, this made me mad that this wasn't Nick Fury. It was a Skrull, but whatever. It's still Nick Fury. So yeah, I'm just reviewing him right now. So yeah, the pistol is a old Star Wars pistol, and I just cut the tip off right here. And yeah, to the figure. So the shoes I painted gray, and yeah, that's it. Jacket made out of the Lego tent, the fabric, the material. I just made that, glued it on here, and yeah, I really like the material. And I painted that a dark gray, and then I added some black lines for the detail. And then here I added a black line here, there, and then for like the buckle, or not buckle, like the collars, just painted that. And then all these chrome silver dots through the jacket, and then this black line right there and there, and then I added the gray, painted that on there, and then this gray right here I painted, and then I painted these two gray lines right there, and I painted the neck gray. And yeah, and then I continued the paint job of the eye patch, because it doesn't continue on the figure. And then I painted the scars. Looks like the scars got scratched off. My bad. But yeah, there was I painted some scars, but it didn't really look good anyways. But yeah, so that's it for the last minifigure, and that is Nick Fury, or should I say Skrull? Sorry. But yeah, it's that's it for Skrull, Nick Fury. So let's end the video. Alright guys, that is it for this showcase. I hope you guys enjoy these 5 figures. Really proud of these guys. And so yeah, I promised you guys that I'll have this showcase out, and I finally did it. And there you go. So hope you really enjoyed these figures, because I am just so proud of these figures. And so yeah, I'll be trying to get another like showcase out for you guys. Try to go back to that Star Wars project I was working on, because there's no other movies that are coming out. I was working on these for a while now, so yeah, so I'll be going back to the Star Wars project, and that will be out very soon. So keep your eyes open for that. And yeah, so remember to like and subscribe, and may the Force be with you always.